Welcome to another week of the Empowerment Climb. I'm your host, Dr. Lacey C. Robbins of Robbins Nest Consulting, a training and development firm located here in Wauwatosa, Wisconsin. And I'm really excited to be able to offer to our communities facilitated learning, exploratory coaching, and results-based consulting. In this particular episode of the Empowerment Climb, we pick up where we left off, talking about here's why your team is miserable, but more so, here's what you can start to do to fix it. This is part 2 in a 4-part series, so be sure to join in next week as we continue the conversation. So, as a reminder, the Gallup State of the Global Workplace 2022 report is out, and what it's telling us is that to the tune of a couple trillion dollars, 2.3 to be exact, we are seeing a deficit of productivity coming from our team members. Now, how do we start to change that? Well, here's the number one thing that you can start to do as a leader. So, the number one thing that you can start to do as a leader is to take responsibility. However, I would add to also take responsibility with intention. So, what do I mean exactly? Well, although assuming responsibility benefits the organization, it is simply impossible for you as a leader to take ownership of every single challenge that your team members might face. So, I would recommend that instead you want to assume responsibility with what you can actually follow through in regards to commitment. Yes, this means that you should only take on those responsibilities from your team members or those tasks that you are actually willing and able to keep. In doing so, as a result, you as a leader can and should turn down opportunities. This is through the power of no. So take this through the rest of the week for you. Here are these 2 questions to assist you in continuing to cultivate and create a workplace culture that retains top talent. Remember, as a leader, you have to ensure that you also don't spread yourself too thin and keeping your capacity in mind. So when you come across the next task, ask yourself, do I see a problem with potential of a solution? And is my team all on the same page? If not, how can we start to get them there? Remember, leaders must thoughtfully seek out the most efficient ways to add values to them and to their team. If you enjoyed this particular episode of the Empowerment Climb, please be sure to join us for part 3 on next week as we keep the conversation going with the next thing that you as a leader can do to start to help you in retaining top talent. Also, keep in mind, if you're ready to partner with Robbins Nest Consulting, you can do so by scanning the QR code or reaching out to us directly. And as I always say, from process to practice, grab your stilettos and let's go. Again, thanks so much for joining, and we'll see you next week.